Time to Hungaroring around the Rosey. Okay, so this week we took our mighty Porsche Cup car around the Hungaroring. We had done this race for our week 13 big race with just past Richmond 1 hour of Hungaroring, and so I wasn't going into it completely cold. But our IR did manage to drop from 1547 at the end of Charlotte down to a 1431. It dipped quite a bit lower than that in the middle. We fought back a little bit towards the end and were able to bring it back up a tiny bit. Safety rating was not... it got bad. We started out with an A 3.32 and it got knocked down to an A 2.2. Just combination of not being familiar with the track and locking up because of that, and the driving was a little rough at a lot of points. So yeah, we got knocked around a little bit. We did a Michelin Pilot Challenge race, and that kind of normalized things a little bit. We were down at like 1.1 something at some point, but yeah. We were able to get our times down. My best time on my first race was a 150.641 for a lap, and we got that down to a 148.923 in practice, and then a race 148.276. Now those are some outlierish times. More common for me was the 149s towards the end of the week, but it took us pretty much the whole week to get to that point. Some big tips from chat on a few of the corners helped out quite a bit in that regard, so I'm extremely grateful for that. And this is one of those tracks that was new to me, so not knowing it going in, it did take about the whole week to kind of practice up and get any kind of competency going, but by the end of the week I kind of felt like I had my head wrapped around it a little bit. So next time we end up heading out to the Hungaroring, I feel a bit more confident. It was a tough track to get passes done at, though. Towards the end of the week, I was able to kind of, with a bit more pace and ending up in lower splits because our I rating had dropped, more confidently go after some of the folks that I had fallen behind, because as someone, I forget who, pointed out in chat that I would qualify towards the front of the grid and quickly, through some mistake or just not having a monster launch, end up towards the back of it and have to fight my way forward. It made things interesting, at least, maybe a little bit. Our results in the fixed series, we ended up the week in 102nd place in our Division 5 with an average start of 7th and an average finish of 8th. Overall, that puts us in 41st place with an average start of 9th and an average finish of 10th. Similar standings in the Open Series. I wonder if this is going to hold out for the whole season, or if it's just going to, if they're going to spread a little bit further apart in between the fixed and Open Series. As time progresses, we will see. But yeah, for the Open Series, I placed 90th for the week with an average start of 10th and an average finish of 11th. Overall, that puts us in 40th place with an average start of 9th and an average finish of 10th. I had a few more points where I would lock up and hit a wall or something like that than I did at the Roval. Part of that is because, or most, if not all of that, is because the Roval is a much more familiar track to me, and being that the car doesn't have any assists, doing those crazy things like slamming on the brakes a little too hard or holding them a little too long will cause those lockups and less control over the car. So I think I'm learning a little bit from that and what I can get away with as far as emergency maneuvers in the car are concerned. I'm optimistic in that I'm kind of learning how to save it a little bit better. You know, that people have been telling me, you know, the both feet in technique to kind of straighten out and spin and whatnot. I'm getting a little bit more to have that be a bit more of an instinct for saving the car. It's going well in that regard. And also, when I have fallen back, like I said, I do often, I am getting a little bit more confidence in being a little bit more assertive in my abilities to get by people. This is just like not just in this car in this series or season, but overall through the whole course of my iRacing career. That's a skill that I've been building and working on quite a bit, and this week has helped me practice that a little bit because I've been put in those situations a bit more often. So having those opportunities is useful, and we're taking that as our silver lining this week, where we're able to get into those battles and figure them out. We were in a few situations where the people in front of us were it's a hard track to pass people at, and the people at times in front of us were a lot slower, but just horrendously all over the place, which made it hard to get by them. I think they were trying to drive at a defensive line, but just being super erratic in the process, and I didn't feel safe in passing, so I just had to wait and be patient to try get myself in the position to make that decisive, quick move past them, versus a long and drawn out one, where if the person that we had been racing had been a little bit more under control, I feel like a more long drawn out battle would have been possible. It happens, but you know, it's just one of those learning processes and a skill that we can hopefully hone and work in on. And I'm not blameless in this at all myself. I at times have been a little overzealous and ended up overdriving the car, trying to stay ahead of somebody. It happens to all of us, so I'm not like super salty about it. Like I may have gotten that way in the moment, but with hindsight being what it is, calm down and whatnot, which is I think a big reason why iRacing has the cooldown period for before you can report somebody. Yeah, it was a fun week, and being able to kind of calmly collect my thoughts about it over the course of the week and hone my abilities at the track, and just understanding, like I know I've said this in the past, just understanding that's the process. It's learning the track takes time, and ability to get speed is something that I'm still working on and getting better at. Slowly but surely we're getting better at it. So yeah, overall it was a really good experience at the Hungaroring, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. Next week, the Porsche Cup takes us to the big track, the Nürburgring, and I'm excited for that because I kind of know that track, and I think if I just stick with that with the Porsche Cup stuff, I'll do well, because I think I can make it around. I've not yet tried it, but I think I can make it around without crashing somewhat consistently. We'll see. Time will tell. I just kind of put the math together on dates and stuff, and I realized that the Petit Le Mans is this weekend. So we're going to be doing that, and the team chose the LMP2, which I've not really yet driven except on a test day. So probably be spending some time in IMSA learning the LMP2 as fast as I can. I feel more confident in my ability to pick up a new car, and I know Road Atlanta a little bit. I think by the end of last season's outing there, I was kind of getting it down. So I'm more optimistic than I maybe would have been in the past, but always with these team races, I am nervous about being the one who lets everybody down. We'll see. I'm like I said, I'm more optimistic than I have been in the past about my ability to learn it and pick up a new car. And being in the faster class, I'm less worried about getting punted by faster class cars, because it'll be the just the faster drivers, and we may end up in a split that's only LMP2s, because I'm guessing that'll be the most populous car class, but I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, if you want to check that out, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman, leave a follow. As always, if you want to help out the channel and see these new videos when they come out, hit the subscribe button. It's down here somewhere. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and until next time, have a great day.